This video will be a full tour and documentation of this 2000 Toyota MR2 Spyder.
This MR2 Spyder is painted in solar yellow with a black convertible soft top. This one has a black interior and the seats are cloth.
Frameless windows. Door panels do have storage areas. The seats are manually adjusted. And now that we're behind the wheel, let's go ahead and start it up.
The Toyota MR2 was a mid-engined two-seater sports car that was designed to be something fun to drive at a relatively affordable price, kind of like the Mazda Miata was. MR2 stands for Midship Runabout Two-Seater. It was produced for 3 generations, spanning from 1984 to 2007 depending on the market. The first 2 generations could be had as hardtop coupes or with removable T-tops, while the 3rd generation was solely a full-on convertible. This 2000 model we have here represents the 3rd and final generation of the MR2, codenamed W30, which was sold in the US from model years 2000 through 2005. In Japan, the 3rd gen MR2 was called the MRS, and in the US market, its official model name was MR2 Spyder. Aside from this generation being the first one to be a full-on convertible, it's also the first to have fixed headlights instead of pop-ups, and the first one to exclusively have a naturally aspirated engine. Past ones had offered turbo and supercharged engines, but these W30s had no forced induction. In fact, they only came with one engine. US market MR2s could only have the engine paired with a traditional manual gearbox for 2000 and 2001. But for 2002, a special sequential manual transmission became an option, which only had 2 pedals, so the driver didn't need to operate the clutch. The W30 MR2 received a mid-cycle facelift for 2003, which gave it a quite subtle exterior refresh. The sequential transmission also changed from a 5-speed to a 6-speed. So 2000 model year US market MR2s have one sole engine, transmission, and drivetrain combo. A 138 horse inline-four, a 5-speed manual, and rear-wheel drive. Competition back in the day included other sports roadsters like the Mazda MX-5 Miata, BMW Z3, and Honda S2000.
The instrument cluster houses 4 analog gauges, including your speedometer, tachometer, fuel gauge, and temperature gauge. There's also a small digital display within it, with which you can go between your odometer, trip A and trip B. It has a 3-spoke design, leather-wrapped steering wheel. The center and sides of it are perforated There are sport grips at 10 and 2. And this is a tilting steering wheel. Got your panel dim, your power door lock switch, window lockout, and your power mirror controls. Air vent for the driver. Got your exterior lighting stock. And on this side, got your wiper stock. Going down the center of the interior, you got a storage compartment up top, air vents, your hazard light switch, digital clock, passenger airbag indicator, and right here are all the controls for your single zone climate control. Right here is your whole radio head unit. It does have a CD player along with a cassette player, 2 cup holders, lighter and ashtray or storage and power outlet, H pattern, the vehicle's parking brake is hand operated, and right here are your power window controls. From there, you have a cup holder along with a little bit of storage. The glove box is lockable, and in it you've also got the release for the frunk. Okay, we will take a look at the engine bay, but first, we will lower the convertible top. Got a quick look around the vehicle with the top down.
It comes with 15-inch 5-spoke alloy rims.
Single exhaust.
The MR2 Spyder is propelled by a mid-mounted 1.8-liter naturally aspirated inline-4 engine. It's a dual overhead cam 16-valve power plant with VVTi technology. It produces 138 horsepower at 6,400 RPM and 125 pound-feet of torque at 4,400 RPM. That may not sound like a whole lot of power, but with a curb weight of just 2,200 pounds, I'd say this thing can get around quite sufficiently. Sending power to the rear wheels is a 5-speed manual transmission. Running on regular unleaded with a 12.7-gallon fuel tank, updated EPA estimates for the MR2 Spyder are about 22 mpg in the city and 27 mpg on the highway. It has a 4-wheel McPherson strut suspension as well as 4-wheel ventilated disc brakes.
ahead and get the top put back up. Just hold that down really good and then latch those back up.
The front of the MR2 Spyder offers 1.9 cubic feet of cargo space.
As you saw earlier, the fuel cap is located on the driver's side.
Anyhow, thanks for checking out this tour of this 2000 Toyota MR2 Spyder. And as always, stay on the lookout for future tours.